Thank you, Chair. Good to see you, Mark. I think we both met when we were both new into our jobs, and I'm conscious that there's 4 of my colleagues in the committee that all represent areas covered by Anglian Water. I want to just pick up on the point made by my colleague Andy. Your predecessor earned 1.3 million as a combined package of remuneration. I tried to find your basic package and your full remuneration package, but I can't find it online. Can you give us a breakdown of it, your salary, and what any future earnings for a bonus could look like under conditions where you would qualify for it?
Yeah, so you're right. My personal arrangements are not in the public domain yet. They'll go into the accounts, which will go into the public domain sometime later this year. My compensation package in the round is very consistent with my predecessor, and I know it's been benchmarked across industries. I don't think in that regard I'm an outlier. My base pay is 720k. There's then an incentive element on top of that, which the earlier question is going to be around performance and the things that we talked about with Mr. Pakes. But I've not been a full year in the company yet, so frankly that's somewhat in the future, and for me not really a focus. My focus has been really getting. Would
you be in a situation where you would likely receive a bonus this financial year, even though you've started? I appreciate you haven't completed a full financial year.
Well, 2 things. One is we've not got to the end of the year. That's not my decision. That's a decision for the board. I think, frankly, with the special measures bill, that's probably going to have another bearing on how executives are paid and remunerated in this industry. So I think there's a number of uncertainties there, which I've not overly got focused on because I've been really trying to get my arms around the day job, and it's something for the board in the future, frankly.
I appreciate we don't want to spend the entire session talking about bonuses, but I think this is a really important point, and there is a lack of consistency between each of the remuneration committees, naturally, between different organisations. But we've just heard from Wessex Water that unless 9 of the minimum standards of 12 are met, they wouldn't even be put forward. The executives wouldn't be put forward for consideration. And even then, if they met all 9, there's still no chance that they would qualify for bonus. And I appreciate you gave an answer earlier, but I wasn't entirely clear how your board consider the merits and the qualifications for getting a bonus.
Okay, and I'll try and do this justice in short time. We have an incentive regime for senior leaders in our business. It's set against a series of performance measures. Pollution will be one of them, but there's a series of others. Each of those carries some sort of weighting, so it's quite formulaic. This is sort of there's lots of measures and indicators in our sector which roll this up into a percentage, which would then lead to an entitlement to that incentive part of people's compensation. However, the board retain the right to not honour that if they see fit, if for issues around customer perception, pollutions or whatever. So the board retain the discretion as to what they choose to give. But there's a performance regime that's not dissimilar to many of the other businesses. All companies will do it slightly different, but we have one that's very transparent, and again, we could share the detail of that with the committee if that's helpful.
If it's transparent, it'd be great to share the detail, otherwise it's not entirely transparent. Thank you.